Am I the asshole for not getting my girlfriend a gift for her birthday? My girlfriend and I have been together for almost 3 years. Gifts have been sorta a sore spot, at least for me. So the first year we were together she made me some cake things for my birthday. Which was nice and everything, but then she took like half of them back to give to her family. It just seemed kinda weird, like, here's your present but I'm taking part of it back. Then her birthday came that year and I did a bunch of stuff for her, got her balloons, flowers, a card and some gifts. Christmas came and I gave her a few gifts, and didn't get anything. Following birthday of mine, nothing. For her birthday that year I got her a gift but I didn't go all out like the first year. Last Christmas she wanted seat covers for her car. I bought them but wanted to see if she even gave me a card or anything, which she didn't. We went to lunch a few days after Christmas. She kept insisting on coming over. I felt like I had to give them to her since they were still wrapped and sitting in my living room. But that was sorta the last straw with me and gifts with her. My birthday came and same thing, nothing. So in almost 3 years of birthdays and Christmases, I got half a gift. I've tried talking to her about it but she just claims she forgot, or has so many other people to shop for Christmas, etc. She was dropping hints before her birthday for different stuff, so I knew what she wanted. I just didn't want to buy it. Her birthday came and I didn't get her anything. I figured why keep putting in the effort and buy gifts for someone that can't be bothered to even make me a card. It's not a financial thing either because we both make about the same amount, and like I said I'd appreciate a homemade card that she drew or something. So we went out to celebrate on Saturday. She kept saying she was excited to get her gift. I took her out to dinner, then she wanted to come over. So she came over to my house. She kept looking around for a while. Then said, "Okay, I'm ready to open my gift." I said, "What gift?" She said, "Ha ha, seriously now? It's my birthday." I said, "I know." She said, "Quit messing around." I said, "I'm not messing around. I really didn't get you anything." She said, "Then why did I come over?" I said, "I don't know, you wanted to." She said, "You really didn't even get me a card?" I said, "No, I just figured we're not doing gifts anymore. I mean you don't give them so." She gave her usual excuses. "You're hard to shop for." I'm not. I tell her what I'd like and some stuff is only $5–10. Well, I forget, and a few other things. Then she said, "It shouldn't be about receiving, it's about giving. But thanks for being a passive-aggressive asshole and ruining my birthday. Am I the asshole for not getting my girlfriend a birthday present?" Not the asshole. But why are you with this person? It would be one thing if she didn't like doing gifts. If she didn't even want to receive them, I'd get it. That's a preference. But to leave you out while she shops for others, and blame you're hard to shop for, when she forgets, and then demands her gift when it's her turn makes it seem like she's using you. Or at the very least, doesn't love you enough to think of you, even on special occasions. Then why did I come over? Bit irks me so bad. She doesn't even want to spend time with you if it's not about her gift. Leave this woman, and find a caring one. Not the asshole. For those saying he should have talked to her about it before just not buying a gift, he says he has tried and she always has excuses, brushes him off. It's comical that she says it's about giving not receiving when she has zero interest in giving and only cares about receiving. Now that you have made your point by not getting her anything, it is time for another conversation where you make clear that gifts are a two-way or no-way street. Is she selfish in other ways? Not the asshole. You're her boyfriend and you've been together 3 years. Saying she forgot, or has so many other people to shop for, are just weak excuses. I love buying gifts for my so. I can't imagine claiming I forgot about him at Christmas. Then she said, "It shouldn't be about receiving, it's about giving. But thanks for being a passive-aggressive asshole and ruining my birthday." So, if it's about giving, why does she never give? YTA for waiting 3 years to pull that move. NTA for not getting her a present. I'm going to talk to you like I would talk to one of my own children. You deserve to be treated better. It's not even about the gifts, OTS about the thought. She isn't putting any thought into your happiness. She only thinks of her own. That's not love, honey, it's narcissism. I'm sure there is a woman out there that will want your happiness as much as you want hers. Not the asshole. Not at all. Also, after 3 years, she should know what you like. That you would be happy with a homemade card speaks volumes about you. You just want someone that thinks of you. That's not a lot to ask either. Not the asshole. I usually roll my eyes when every single answer on Reddit is, "Break up with this person." Now here I am saying it to you. But seriously, break up with her. She can't give you one gift in 3 years and you ruined her birthday for not giving her one? No ma'am. The relationship is clearly all about her. Bail. Now. Am I the asshole for buying my girlfriend a blender instead of the necklace she wanted for our anniversary? Before I start, I'd like to say that my girlfriend and I are both women. We are lesbians. I say this to hopefully preempt the typical man comments. This happened last month, but my best friend and hers are still giving me shit about it. We had our 1-year anniversary. I asked what she wanted and she told me just something romantic, a little necklace or something cute. While browsing around on Amazon, I found an emulsion blender and it pinged in my head. My girlfriend loves cooking and always talks about all the gadgets she wants. Plus she made homemade tomato sauce and I remember her complaining how hard it was to make the sauce smooth cause she didn't have an emulsion blender. I'm a very practical gift giver. I like to give things people will use, so I bought it and was super excited to give it to her. The day rolls around and she gives me a bottle of whiskey I've had my eye on for ages but could never justify the cost. I was so hyped and encouraged my girlfriend to open hers. She opened it and her face kinda falls and she goes, "Oh, an emulsion blender." And I told her I remembered her talking about all the kitchen gadgets she wanted and was so excited to give it to her. She kept her cool but told me while she appreciated the thought, she was a little upset that it wasn't jewelry. I was confused, so she explained that she felt anniversaries should be more about romantic, sentimental gifts versus practical. That she appreciated it greatly but couldn't lie to me that she wished it had been the necklace she pointed out to me online. It was nothing fancy, a $30 mushroom necklace. I shared my woes with my friend and my friend thought it was hilarious that I was so inept, and that he understood why my girlfriend was upset with her gift. GF's best friend also got wind of the situation and has been ribbing me with telling my girlfriend to get back to the kitchen jokes, etc. My girlfriend and I are fine, but I know she was disappointed, and she ended up buying the necklace herself a week after I gave her the blender. So am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend a practical gift versus the necklace she wanted? You are the asshole. So I get you're a lesbian, but wow, this is like TV sitcom man action. You might as well have bought her a bowling ball with your name on it. Why did you ask what she wanted if you were going completely ignore it and just buy what you wanted to? You are the asshole. I asked what she wanted and she told me something romantic, a little necklace or something cute. Do you honestly think a blender is romantic and cute? Seriously, why did you ask if you were going to go in the complete opposite direction? Not sure on judgment yet. Edit. You are the asshole. I don't think you were being deliberately mean-spirited about this. However, I understand why your GF's face fell when she saw the blender. You are the asshole. Don't ask someone what they want and then ignore it. You may be a practical gift giver, but obviously girlfriend is not. I think the fact that you completely disregarded her wishes is a bit troubling, but hopefully you do better next year. You are the asshole. I'm a very practical gift giver. I like to give things people will use. Who cares what you like? The gift isn't for you. It's for the recipient. The person receiving the gift wants something they want, not something they need. Stop making yourself the main character of the story. Everyone tells you, you are in the wrong, and still you are here, wondering if it is possible that you might be in the wrong? Yes. Yes, you are in the wrong. You did ask her what she wants and she gave you a pretty good answer. Why did you ignore it? I mean, okay, you wanted to surprise her, but why not buy something other romantic? Why a blender? I can't understand your thought process, to be honest. Edit. YTA. Am I the asshole for telling my husband to get over his dead mother? I know that the title sounds horrible, but please listen to my side. I'm F32, married for 4 years to Andy M37. Last June, around 11 months ago, Andy's mother passed away in a car accident. It was totally unexpected. He was super close to her, and it hit him hard. He developed really bad depression. I tried my best to stay strong for him and offer comfort whenever he needed it, but it has been so hard being his emotional crutch. Andy stayed at home all day, quit his job and barely paid attention to me. I had to pay all the bills. Soon, I realized that our relationship was dying. Intimacy was long gone and Andy rarely talked to me. I begged him to go to a therapist, and tried all ways to help him. He refused all of them. It broke my heart to see the man I love fall to pieces. Yesterday, Andy and I had an argument. I came home from a really bad day at work and found him surrounded by rubbish on the couch. I tiredly asked him to please clean it up, but he refused. Something just snapped in me, and I yelled, "I think it's time you get over your mom." Andy looked at me like I was crazy, and said, "How could you say such a thing? My mother is not like some shit ex, it's my mother." And she's dead. I apologized, but told him to look at himself. No job, depressed, throwing away his life and relationship with his wife. He said, "It's already so hard, don't make it harder. I don't need you scolding me at the hardest point of my life." I tried to get my point across, but he abruptly got mad, calling me a fucking bitch, then left. I'll admit what I said was horrible. It was unfair to him. But I don't know what to do anymore. I feel burnt out and I desperately need someone too, just like him. I feel so alone every minute of the day. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. A leave from work to grieve is understandable. But quitting a job and not getting another one almost a year later, not making any effort to try to overcome her death, consistently not engaging in intimacy, is not fair to you. You're essentially carrying the burden of housekeeper, breadwinner, and emotional caretaker. I would ask anyone saying you are the asshole, would you feel differently if he was acting this way and they had kids? Just curious, if the husband were single, would he now be homeless? I'm gonna say not the asshole. I was on the fence because the words you chose were certainly harsh, but how long are you supposed to put up with this? With no light at the end of the tunnel? He refused to get any sort of help to deal with this. Yes, grief has no time limit, but that does not mean he gets to destroy the lives of his loved ones and completely abandon his marriage. You've been soft, kind, loving, and it's gotten you nowhere. Sometimes people need something like this to wake them up to the damage they're doing. Not the asshole only because Andy is doing nothing to help himself. If he was actively going to therapy, or trying in any way, my opinion would change. He cannot just let his life fall to pieces for years, expecting you to pick up all the slack, without trying to get better. You have empathy burnout. Please be kind to yourself, it happens to us all. If he isn't willing to go to therapy or try, I'd definitely be leaving this relationship. You should never have said that, but if his grief is affecting your relationship and is so severe that he had to quit his job, he should be willing to go to therapy. I have to say, I am a little bit hesitant to say he's an aw. He may be too depressed to make the right decisions for him and you. However, likewise, not everyone can handle a partner's mental health issue, so I don't know if you can be expected to respond perfectly. What a hard situation. He clearly needs some help. I think it's time to tell him, when you aren't stressed, that the current situation is not the life that you want to live and that he must get some help. He is likely in a deep depression and he won't snap out of it without professional help. If he doesn't, he will not only have lost his mother, but his relationship too. Him resting in the sadness will not bring her back. I am sure she wouldn't want to see him sitting in trash all day either. There are specific grief counselors. I would get the information for a couple of them and even offer to make an appointment for him, but be firm that he must get some help. So, while what you said was a little assholey, you seem to have been very supportive overall. Am I the asshole for requesting my brother have a BSL interpreter at his wedding? I'm a 35-year-old woman who has been deaf since I was 6 years old. My husband is 38 and also deaf, and we have a 8-year-old son who is also deaf, though like my husband he was born deaf. My younger brother is getting married in the summer and he and my future sister-in-law are doing personalized vows. I don't want to miss out on the vows, so I've asked my brother and his partner if he could get an interpreter for my family so we could understand. He was fine with it, but his partner is not keen on the idea of having a stranger up beside them as they make their vows. My brother then suggested that our older sister could be the interpreter instead so it wouldn't be a stranger. Both he and our sister are fluent in BSL as we learned it together when I became deaf to help me learn. His partner again isn't keen on this either, as she apparently just wants it to be them up there. I understand it's her day and as the sister of her husband-to-be I really don't have any right to make demands, but I'm a bit uncomfortable she isn't keen to make any kind of accommodations when joining a family where 3 members are deaf. I don't want to miss my brother's wedding and will likely go even if she doesn't let there be an interpreter, but I don't think my son will be going then. He'll be bored as he won't understand what is going on and being said without the interpreter, and that isn't a good recipe for a wedding. My brother was clearly not happy about this and told me to leave it with him and he'd see what he could do. I know he'll try, but I also don't want to cause trouble for him. Am I the asshole in this case? Spacing. Does the interpreter need to stand next to them? Could they be closer to you instead? Could you get a copy of the vows at the ceremony so you can read along with them? Not the asshole. You are right in that you do not have any right to be making a demand, and you aren't making a demand. You are asking if you can have an interpreter to be more included in your brother's wedding. Your brother obviously seems to not mind one being there, and if it's a relative interpreter, then they would be attending the wedding anyway. Do they need to be right near them, or could she stand away where you can see the interpreter and your brother getting married? I know weddings are usually viewed as her day, but it is just as much his day and he should get a say in what happens, especially if it is to involve his family. Nah. But why does the interpreter need to be on the stage? Can't they sit next to you? I don't see any issue with that scenario. From your post nah, from your comments you are the asshole. It's his wedding, his special day. It's not centered around you. The fact that you outright refuse to have the translator by your side so it doesn't distract everyone in attendance, and refuse to entertain looking at written vows. You are the asshole, only because you don't seem interested in any solutions that don't work perfectly for you. Not the asshole for the request. You are the asshole for rejecting any alternatives that are less than ideal for your viewing pleasure. The more you reject viable alternatives because they aren't the best outcome for you, the more evident it is that you and the bride share the same mindset of wanting an ideal situation for yourselves. But she's the bride and it's her wedding. You could compromise both because it's the right thing to do and to give your brother a break so he doesn't have to fight a battle and make his wedding planning unpleasant.